Welcome back to Voice from the Corner. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all safe. Now it's fight week, Pete. Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora. Are you excited? How are you feeling for this fight week?
It's an interesting fight week for me. Comments Tyson's coming out with are crazy. I mean, I hear a comment today. He's turned around and gone that Derek Chisora beat Alexander Usyk. Did you hear that one? I mean,
God.
What can I say? What is Tyson smoking? Or is Dr. Usman back in camp with Tyson?
God, he knows he's not telling the truth, Fairvo, surely.
Well, he says, look at my lips. I believe Derek Chisora beat Alexander Usyk. I think that fight was about as close as the second Joshua fight with Usyk, in my opinion. What do you think?
I'm trying to think. That fight was unanimous decision. I'm trying to think. I can't remember how many rounds I had Chisora winning, but it was definitely it was a distance for Usyk, a victory for Usyk.
Well, for me, if you think anyone that thinks Derek Chisora won, you got more chance in Father Christmas being real. That's the top and bottom of it. Sorry to all them kids that are out there. Hopefully, there's not too many kids watching it. But I'm only joking. I still believe because I still want to receive a Father Christmas. Listen, maybe he's trying to build the fight, trying to sell the fight a little bit more. How was it sold? I don't know. Rumours has it 30,000. They reckon they've sold tickets.
59,000. I've heard tickets have been sold. 59,000.
Who said that?
It was. I saw it on IFL TV. I can't remember who it was. But
it might have been Gareth A. Davis, and he might have been asking Tyson if he has a shower before the fight as well. You know what I mean?
What do you think to that? What do you think to him asking that?
I mean, while we're on the subject now, I've said it. I don't know how long I've said. I've rambled on about this on the channel since we started, Jack. And about 90% of people in boxing, 90%. I'm only giving 10% credit. 90% trainers, managers, pundits, commentators have not got a clue, or they're towing the party line. They're all towing the party line. It felt as though when Dillian White walked past the other day, where we can see Gareth A. Davis's feet hanging out of Tyson, all the time, he didn't know what to say to Dillian White, so he just come out with some bizarre thing like, "Do you have a shower before you get in the ring?" I mean, has he been dreaming about him? Has he been dreaming about Dillian White? But for me, he just felt he had to say something. I mean, even acknowledging the people in the background that was coming past Dillian White, because Dillian White totally blanked him and looked at him as though, "What are you saying? What do you mean?" But this is why people ain't taking the seriousness of boxing. You know what I mean? I see Frampton put a tweet out the other day. It was quite an interesting tweet, really, and he said, they're talking about it in football now, header in the balls and things like that, and they want to ban it. Ban certain. They can only do it a certain amount of times a year. I don't know what the rules are.
In Scottish football, you're not allowed to ban you're not allowed to head the ball before or after a match.
Yeah. All right. So apparently they're bringing this into England, so the Premier League and all that. And they're talking about it. So Frampton turns around and says, "What about boxing then?" The problem is with boxing, I'm going to be real and say it as it is. It's an industry where kids, to a degree, have had hard upbringings and bits and pieces. So boxing helps them get through life. Yeah. When you struggle, your mum leaves or your dad leaves, or you've got heartbreak in the family. It helps us and supports, to a degree, helps us mentally get through things. You'll see this in my book where I talk about that sort of side of things. So are people really bothered? It can go unlicensed. It can go underground. Is boxing still underground? Let's be real. Is it really still underground? I think it is. And what I mean by underground, I don't mean underground, literally underground.
Yeah.
But, we're seeing it on TV channels. but it ain't been like pushed and built like football is. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, but there's a reason for that. It's because there's not much of a fan base there.
Yeah, there's not much of a fan base, but let's take the reality out of it. I was a professional. I had 58 pro fights. You know, I had a long amateur pedigree. Yeah, right. But let's be real about it. You know, at the end of the day, it's a sport where you sign a contract with a good chance you're going to end up injured. And
Yeah.
I said something to like I done a tweet back to Frampton, and I said, listen, I said, what people don't understand is this: that only 2%, 98% of people don't make enough money to retire from boxing. Yeah, 2% of people make enough money to retire from boxing for life. Yeah, right. So I would say 48% of them go back to work and do what they're doing. 50% of them end up with terrible problems in life.
Wasn't it,
injuries.
Isn't Ted Cheeseman like a builder or something?
Yeah, he's got a building company. He's done well. He's quite successful.
And he's fighting on Sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but listen, what you got to realise is, why do these people keep fighting? Why do these people keep fighting their own pay-per-views or pay-per-poos, whatever you want to call them?
Because they love it.
No, but I don't think they've made the money you think they have, Jack.
Mm.
Did you think these people were millionaires before that? You know, Dillian White before he met Tyson Fury. I did,
Yeah,
and I'm a boxer.
Same, yeah.
I was a former boxer. Listen, all them pay-per-views. He should have been a millionaire.
So where's the money going though?
God knows. I don't know. Eddie Hearn seems to always have a decent suit on.
Yeah.
But
we saw Eddie Hearn's back garden during the fights during COVID.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's the headquarters. That's the Matchroom headquarters, and you know, they've always got to cover with that sort of stuff because they do most of the sports, snooker and darts and God knows what else.
So is that not actually his back garden then, or was that just like a promotional thing?
No, that's the headquarters of Matchroom. So that's their offices.
Yeah, but I always thought it was Eddie Hearn's house.
No. He's got his back garden's probably even bigger, but. But like we're saying, you know, we should know where the money's going, right?
Yeah.
And we should know. Do you know what? Even with football, right? You have got an idea where money's going. You've got an idea that, you know, so and so's on this much money, so and so's on that much money. So you understand why football's so expensive to get in and things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we go back to the pay-per-view situation of $26.99. I'm all up for that $26.99 if it's going to be filtered down to the undercard. It's not though. It's the top of the bill taking all the money.
Has to be a good undercard as well, though.
What undercard have we got here? I don't even know what the undercard is.
Oh look, I've got a laptop here because I think Dubois fighting, isn't he?
Yeah, who's the case at the bar's fighting?
Lorena.
Who's he?
Let's have a look. Getting box rec up now. So Daniel Dubois, as everyone will know, is 18-1. The lad he's fighting, Kevin Lorena, is a South African fighter, 28-1.
Yeah, records are for DJs, mate. That's a 3-round job.
You think?
That show might be over by 9 o'clock.
Do you think?
Yeah, they might have a bit of singing in between because, say, Tyson comes on live at 10. They might have a bit of singing in between because who's on the undercard?
That's all I can find at the moment. That's all I've been able to find for a while. Just so you know, I mean, we would know if it was a good undercard.
But we're boxer, but these are boxer fans, aren't they? These are boxer fans, and this is the problem. That, you know, they're gonna support Tyson or they're gonna support Chisora, aren't they? They're not interested in the undercard. Do you know what I mean? Put Daniel Dubois at the O2. He ain't gonna sell the O2, is he? Lucky if he sells 5,000 or 6,000 tickets.
No, every single person that's there is there to watch Tyson Fury.
Of course they are.
And that's no disrespect to Derek Chisora because
they'll be Chisora fans there. They'll definitely be Chisora fans there. He's shown it. He's sold out the O2 a few times.
Yeah, but everyone who's a Chisora fan is a Tyson Fury fan.
Yeah,
I guarantee.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I guess it's a bit of like a double package, really.
Yeah, Listen, people are going there for the entertainment of it, and they, and you know, to
Yeah.
say, listen, they can say they've been at a Tyson Fury fight, can't they? For me, Tyson's on a lose-lose situation in this fight because knocks him over in 1 or 2 rounds. They're going to say Chisora's shot. You know, if he looks terrible against him, so it's a lose-lose. I mean, I heard Tyson saying in an interview. I heard him saying in an interview. I don't know, it was today or yesterday or whenever it was, and he turned around and said, "Oh, you know, everyone's going to say when I fight the middleweight that, you know, I was too big, I was this, I was that." I think there's going to be a lot less questions asked when he fights the middleweight than what there is with Chisora. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, listen, the middleweight can fight, and the middleweight beat Chisora in his warm-up fight going into the heavyweight division. So let's give the geezer a little bit of respect. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You think this is? Yeah, you're right. What you're saying though. This was Tyson Fury's opponent was a warm up for an Alexander Usyk's warm up. You know what I mean?
And took it easy. Yeah, literally could see he was doing the rounds. Literally could see. You know, I want to see what it feels like. He was the journeyman of the heavyweights for what's his name, for Alexander Usyk. Yeah. So he used him as a journeyman of the heavyweights. Like, I want to see what the power is of the heavyweights. I want to see this. I want to see that. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, that's what we've got here. That's what we've got here Saturday night. That's what we've got here. You know, no disrespect to Derek Chisora. He's been in some wars, but you know,
100%.
Look, I can't stop alluding to it that we see it with Dillian White and we've seen it with Derek Chisora on Instagram, on their stories, showing them getting VADA tested or UCAD tested, with a drug testing. So, do you know what? If you let him get on the juice, I think you give him 30% chance. But do you know what? Not on the juice. I don't think he's got a 10% chance. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm telling you now, if he loses Saturday night, Tyson Fury, if he loses Saturday night, that's this channel done. I'll never ever come on this channel again. The channel's done. Signed over at the long neck and let carry on with it, because for me, I
don't think on that.
no. For me, there's no way in a million years that Chisora beats Tyson, and we're gonna see. Of course not. We're gonna see Saturday night, Derek Chisora, 15 years past his best, because I believe something else was helping him in his last lot of fights.
Yeah.
Dillian White versus Derek Chisora, 2 barnstormers, 23 rounds they done, believe me, at a pace of a welterweight,
Yeah, great fights,
Great fights. We don't get great fights without great juice. That's the top and bottom of it. And I'm saying it as it is.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? They're either on unbelievable orange juice, or, you know what I mean, or some great protein powder. Because
I don't know.
Look, they both improved unbelievably. So did Manny Pacquiao improve unbelievably, didn't he? He improved unbelievably. He was getting knocked over as a flyweight, and then all of a sudden, he's what's he called? All of a sudden, he's getting hit by Cotto on the chin, and Cotto ain't even moving him.
Steroids don't affect your chin, though, does it?
Of course they do. Of course they do. You mad, aren't you? All your bone structure gets stronger.
Right.
Why do you think Pacquiao's got a head like that? Pacquiao's got a little body and a massive head.
It's interesting.
It's interesting, but let's not hide behind the situation. It happens. It happens in boxing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, like there's a hell of a lot of cases that we don't even know about. There's going to be a lot of fights that have happened that we thought these are insane fights, and we haven't known that both fighters being on the juice.
No. I mean, listen. Bodies can take so much, but it's when you see bodies coming back from the brink, and then you know, being like absolute lunatics. Like I say, I'm not applying to any fighter that are on the juice. I'm not saying that fighters are on the juice. I'm not saying that any names are on the juice. Listen, They only know that in their own hearts, don't they? They only know that in their own hearts until if they eventually get caught. Eubank Jr. turned around and said today and said, "Listen, for God's sake, Conor, just come out and admit to what you've done, and just get on with your career, because you're never going to get the fight with me now, and you was on the gear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Admit to it. Do you know what I mean? So, it's, and you know what?
As soon as he admits to it, though, he's gone, isn't he? He's banned for 4 years.
Is he though? Is he banned for 4 years? Canelo got a 6-month ban.
I know, but it's just different cases, different people, isn't it?
I mean, it's different case with now, but he's up there with Canelo for the simple reason is like how much money was put into the man, and all he'd do is he'd go to America or another country and he'll go with them. He'll only be banned by the British Boxing Board of Control. He just won't be able to fight in the UK.
Yeah.
But there's more money in Dubai now and Abu Dhabi.
Well, yeah.
So, do you know what? We'll leave it there and be interested to see Saturday night if Dr. Usman's around as well, because Dr. Usman's supposed to be hanging about again. So it'll be interesting.
Dr. Usman.
So, everybody, please subscribe, share, and tell Father Christmas to get me a nice Christmas present. That's the top and bottom of it. Shout out to Global Green CBD.
Yes.
And shout out to Terence Colt Clothing. We'll be kitted out very soon on the channel. And shout out to Terence Colt Clothing. They're going to kit long neck out. If you can find a roll neck long enough to sort out long neck.
We'll have to get it specially made. Specially made for me. Specially measured.
Right, people. Finish there. And we'll probably get one out tomorrow on Eubank versus Smith.
Sweet. See you soon, people.